Hello viewers, today's take on U.S. politics. As soon as Tracy area schools in Minnesota resumed charging for breakfast and lunch last year, students started dropping out of the program. Many of their families simply couldn't shell out up to $2.65 for a meal each day. We have some kids who didn't eat because mom and dad can't afford it, said Michelle Hawkinson, Food Service Director for the rural district of 700 students. These kids are hungry. This is maybe the only nutritious, healthy meal they're getting a day. But Hawkinson no longer needs to worry about children in her district skipping meals starting this year. Minnesota students at schools that participate in the federal school meals program can eat breakfast and lunch for free, thanks to a law that state legislators passed in March. The initiative will cost about $200 million a year. Minnesota is one of 9 states that are picking up the tab for students' breakfast and lunch in many of their schools. California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Mexico, and Vermont have also approved permanent universal free meals. Other states have extended free meals to more students. For instance, Connecticut and Pennsylvania are providing free breakfasts this school year, and lawmakers in other states have introduced legislation to establish universal free meal programs. There's been a tremendous momentum for states to move forward on offering free school meals for all, said Crystal Fitzsimmons, Director of School Programs at the Food Research and Action Center. Offering free meals to all students just changes the culture of the cafeteria. States are paying for the initiatives in different ways. Massachusetts is using revenue from its new millionaire's tax to help cover the cost of the $170 million program, while Colorado is raising around $100 million a year by limiting state tax deductions for affluent residents. The state's actions build upon a federal COVID-19 pandemic relief program that provided free meals to all students, regardless of income, for more than 2 years. During that time, around 30 million students were receiving free meals at school, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, up from about 20 million children who qualified based on their household income prior to the pandemic. Allowing all students to eat in the cafeteria at no charge minimized the stigma felt by some kids who received free meals, increasing the likelihood that they would actually partake in breakfast and lunch, school nutrition officials said. But the pandemic program expired at the start of the last academic year. Lower-income families once again had to fill out applications for free or reduced-price meals, while parents who were struggling but earned too much to qualify had to find a way to pay for their children's breakfast and lunch. However, the universal free meals programs also pose challenges to school districts. They no longer have the ability to increase breakfast and lunch rates when their costs of food, equipment, and labor rise. Instead, they must make do with the state reimbursement. But the even bigger problem is that the state programs rely on districts still getting federal funding to cover the cost of feeding children who are eligible for free and reduced-price meals. And certain state funds for general education also depend on the share of lower-income students in a school district. That requires getting parents to complete the applications, which can be challenging especially when schools are telling families that everyone can eat for free. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.